if someone can take complete control of your computer without you clicking a single link, without you opening a single attachment, just by you glancing at an email in your inbox preview pane? Sound impossible? This month, Microsoft confirmed that it's not only possible, it's already happening in the wild. And that's just one of over 200 security holes patched this June, one of the larger security updates Microsoft has released in its history. Stick with me. Before this video is over, I'm going to walk you through every single major threat from this month, give you the exact steps to protect yourself, and reveal one vulnerability that could wipe out every backup your business has ever made. You'll want to stay until the end for that one. I'm Bryan Longworth, host of A Faster PC Live Technical Support. Welcome to our June 2026 Patch Tuesday update. I have to be straight with you. This is one of the most dangerous months for computer users and business owners that I've seen recently. We've got threats to Windows, Microsoft Office, Adobe software, your routers and firewalls, your mobile phones, and your backup systems. I've organized everything in order of urgency, so by the time we're done, you'll know exactly what needs to be patched first and what to ask your IT provider about. Microsoft just patched over 200 vulnerabilities in a single update. When you add Chrome and Edge, that number climbs to over 570. One of those bugs is what they call wormable, meaning it can spread from computer to computer over a network on its own. No clicks, no emails, nothing at all. We'll cover Adobe, where a single PDF can become the #1 delivery vehicle for ransomware this month. We'll look at network equipment, routers, and firewalls used by thousands of Florida businesses and homeowners where attackers can walk in without a password. And we'll finish with a clear 6-step action checklist, plus something at the end that could save your business from a very expensive data breach. Microsoft's June 2026 Patch Tuesday is historic. They patched over 200 vulnerabilities in a single release. Add in updates to Edge and Chrome, and that number jumps to more than 570 in 1 month. Of those, 33 are rated critical, Microsoft's most severe category. 28 of those involve something called remote code execution. In plain English, an attacker can run malicious software on your computer from the other side of the world without ever physically touching your machine. 3 of these vulnerabilities were what is called 0 days, meaning criminals already knew about them and were already exploiting them in real-world attacks before Microsoft ever had a patch ready. Here are the 3 you need to understand. Windows kernel is the core engine of every Windows computer. Think about it as a foundation of a building. Everything else runs on top of it. This vulnerability received a severity score of 9.8 out of 10. That is very close to a perfect score of how dangerous a bug can be. Here's what makes it especially terrifying for business owners. It's wormable. Once a criminal uses this to infect a single computer on your network, that infection can automatically spread to every other computer connected to the same network, with 0 interaction from you or your employees. If you have 10 computers in your office and just one is unpatched, one infected machine can take down all 10. HTTP is a Windows component that handles internet traffic flowing in and out of your system. Think of it as the traffic cop for your internet connection. This vulnerability requires no action from you at all. An attacker can send a specially crafted request over the internet and gain complete control of your system silently in the background while you're sitting at your desk doing normal work. Microsoft flagged this one specifically as more likely to be exploited. That is not language they use lightly. Now here's one that should stop every business owner cold. Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and Outlook received multiple critical patches this month. One of them is a scenario I described at the opening. You do not have to open the email. You do not have to click an attachment. Just previewing an email in Outlook's preview pane, that small window on the right side of your screen where you can see at a glance the message before opening it, can be enough to trigger an attack. Think about how many times a day you scroll through your inbox, glancing at messages in the preview pane. This vulnerability turns that completely normal habit into an open door. This has already been confirmed as actively exploited. Real attackers are using it right now. And by the way, this has become a reoccurring theme with Microsoft Outlook. If you or any of your employees ever log into your office computers remotely from home, from a hotel, from a client site, Microsoft also patched critical vulnerabilities in Windows Remote Desktop Client this month. Remote access is one of the most targeted entry points for small business attacks. Make sure it's patched before your remote session. In fact, make sure it's patched because hackers are very likely trying to establish remote sessions on your systems right now. Here's a scenario most business owners never think about. You have encryption on your laptop. You've been told your data is safe even if the computer is stolen. BitLocker is on. You're protected. But what if someone found a way to bypass that encryption without a password? That's the yellow key vulnerability. In fact, we've talked about this vulnerability on our weekly A Faster PC Live technical support show and on our YouTube long-form videos. This patch is included in June's update, fixes a flaw that allowed someone with physical access to your laptop to bypass BitLocker encryption entirely, walking away with your data fully decrypted, no password required. Here's the follow-up question to ask yourself. Has your laptop ever been left unattended, taken in for repair, temporarily out of your sight? If the answer is yes, this patch wasn't applied yet. You need to have a conversation with your IT provider today. Now let's talk about Adobe, because this month was a disaster for Adobe users. Adobe patched 123 vulnerabilities across 11 different products. Two of those products, Adobe Campaign Classic and Adobe Cold Fusion, received a severity score of 10 out of 10, a perfect score, the worst possible. If your business uses Adobe Cold Fusion, stop what you're doing and call your IT provider after this video. But for most of you watching, the one to focus on is Adobe Acrobat Reader. Adobe Acrobat Reader received 20 critical patches this month. Here's why that matters. PDF files are one of the most common delivery methods for ransomware. An attacker sends a malicious PDF to you. By the way, did you know that PDF files can be infected? Yes, they can be malicious. So an attacker sends a malicious PDF file to you or one of your employees. The file gets opened. In some cases, it doesn't even need to be fully opened, just previewed. And in the background, the malicious script that launched when the PDF file was previewed or opened starts encrypting data on your drive. Your data gets held hostage. The average cost of recovering from ransomware attacks for a small business is over $200,000. Updating Adobe Reader takes 2 minutes. Open Adobe Reader, go to Help, then check for updates. Do it today. This next section is critical for every business owner with any kind of office network. The threats this month do not stop at your computers. Your network equipment, routers, switches, firewalls got hit. Ubiquiti UniFi, 3 vulnerabilities with maximum severity ratings were patched in Ubiquiti UniFi equipment, the gear used by thousands of small businesses for office networking. These vulnerabilities allow an attacker to gain complete administrative control over your router or switch without ever logging in. No username, no password, just control. Your router is the front door to everything on your network. If someone owns your router, they own your network. Log into your UniFi console and apply the latest firmware updates. or ask your IT provider if they've done this for you. Cisco disclosed a zero-day vulnerability in Cisco SD-WAN that is already being actively exploited in real-world attacks. If your business runs Cisco SD-WAN, your IT provider needs to know about this today. Fortinet patched multiple vulnerabilities in FortiOS and FortiProxy this month. Fortinet products sit at the edge of your network, and ransomware groups specifically target Fortinet firewalls because compromising one gives them access to everything behind it. Verify with your IT provider that the latest Fortinet firmware has been applied. Let me run you through the remaining critical threats quickly. Android. Google's June security bulletin for Android fixed 124 vulnerabilities. One of them is already being actively exploited. Check your phone right now. Go to Settings, System, and check for updates. A zero-day vulnerability was patched in Google Chrome that was already being used in real-world attacks. Open Chrome, click the three dots in the top right, go to Help, then About Google Chrome, update immediately. If your business uses SAP for accounting, HR, or operations, 4 critical vulnerabilities were patched this month. Make sure your SAP provider has applied them. Veeam backup and replication. This is the one I warned you about at the beginning. A critical vulnerability was patched in Veeam, one of the most widely used backup software platforms for small businesses. This vulnerability would allow an attacker to execute malicious code directly on your backup server. Here's what this means. If an attacker compromises your backups, your last line of defense against ransomware disappears. Your files are encrypted, your backups are gone, you have nothing. Ask your IT provider specifically, has the Veeam update been applied? If they don't know, that's your answer. All right, here's exactly what you need to do today. Write these down. Step 1, run Windows updates right now. Click Start. Go to Settings, Windows Updates, and install all. Step 2, update Microsoft Office. Open the Office app. Click File, then Account, then Update Now. Step 3, update Adobe Acrobat Reader or any Adobe software you use. Open Adobe, go to Help, then check for updates. Update Google Chrome. Click on the 3 dots, then go to Help, then go to About Google Chrome. Update your Android phone. Go to Settings, then System, then check for updates. Step 6, call your IT provider today and ask them specifically about your router, firewall, and backup software. Ask about Ubiquiti, Fortinet, Cisco, and Veeam by name. If they can't answer confidently, that tells you something very important. If you're a business owner on Florida's Treasure Coast, Space Coast, or South Florida, and you don't have someone making sure all of this is handled automatically every single month, that's exactly what we do at a Faster PC. We're a managed services provider that takes cybersecurity off your plate, so you never have to wonder whether your systems are protected. Give us a call at 772-878-5978 or visit us at afasterpc.com. While you're on our website, download our free cybersecurity report. It covers the top threats facing Florida small businesses and gives you the exact steps to protect yourself right now. It's completely free. And remember, when you have or want to prevent cybersecurity problems, you need a Faster PC.